Good morning, Awkward Angels. Long time no video. I'm sorry about that, you guys. For those of you guys who are new, I'm disabled. I haven't worked in a long time. I do have a criminal record also, and I'm trying to get my life back, so to speak. And I'm mentally disabled. I have bipolar disorder type 1, and I have PTSD. I had to think for a minute. I just wanted to tell you guys what's going on with the job. I just got a job. It's at a discount clothing store, but this particular store is like a higher end version of that store. And I got hired there, and I've been working the past week. And I wanted to tell you guys kind of how it's going. So, the first day that I went there, what happened is actually they put me in the back, in the back room where they do all the opening boxes and stuff. We have a box cutter thing, and they have all these boxes that come off of this line, and we have to open them all really quickly and then sort them into other boxes. And then after everything is sorted, we take that and we go and we put it in the store. So I was like, okay, well, I didn't really think I would be doing that, but you know what, I'm not too good to do any job. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just make the best out of it. And my manager back there, he was really, really nice and cool and friendly. He didn't speak English. None of the people spoke English back there except for me and one other person. But my manager was really nice, and you guys know I can speak a little Spanish. My husband doesn't speak English, and I've been learning Spanish about 6 years, so I can communicate a little bit. So that's what I did the first day, and I did cut my finger twice, and I was embarrassed to say anything, so I just shoved my hand in my pocket, and then I found something plastic, like a plastic wrap. I wrapped it around my hand so I didn't have to say anything or get blood on anything. But then the next day, they said, okay, you're not working back there today, you're gonna be working in men's section. And I didn't really realize that when you're putting clothes away and stuff, there's a code on there. And at first I was kind of making too much out of the code instead of looking at the clothes. You can kind of figure out where the clothes go by just looking at them, okay, men's button all the way down goes with the men's other button all the way down with collars, and men halfway button all the way down. Or you can look at the code. But I had to learn through another lady who was really nice and helpful, and I'm really grateful to her taking the time to try and teach me. But I did feel that she was getting a little frustrated with me having to keep repeating. But I do have a cognitive impairment, moderate cognitive impairment, so sometimes maybe it takes me a little bit longer to learn. And also I had to learn from her in Spanish, so I'm only understanding about 75% of what she's saying, and then also I can only convey so well, my husband's used to how I say things, he understands me perfectly, but maybe other people who's not around me all the time, maybe some of the things I say, maybe they wouldn't understand how I meant them, so that's kind of a barrier. And then the next day they moved me into home, and that was actually good. You don't have to know any codes or anything, you just want to make the display look pretty, which I got that right off the bat, but I don't want to talk bad about the person I was working with or anything. Maybe it wasn't him, maybe it was a customer, but the manager lady kept accusing me of doing stuff like putting breakables on top of each other. I would never do that. I would never put a candle on top of another candle that was glass, but she's saying, no, you're doing this, don't do that. And I don't want to say, it's not me, that looks immature. So I just said, okay, and that was it. But then at the end of the night, she just kept saying stuff like that. And then at the end of the night, she said to my coworker, like me and him worked together the whole night on everything. She said, great job, Billy. We'll call him Billy. Great job tonight at home. And she didn't say anything to me at all, but she said it right when I was there. So, like, I don't need to hear that, but it was just like, it felt like she was doing it to make it seem like I didn't do a good job. And then another bad thing that happened to me there is, I went to ask one girl a question and she wouldn't even acknowledge me. Like, that's how it made me feel. Like, I was such trash. She didn't even want to look up and look at me when I asked her a question. And I'm making too much of it, but when you've been treated like trash your whole life, you take it personal, especially when you're trying to do your best, I was just asking how to do something and she wouldn't even acknowledge me, like, and I know if I would have done the same to her, that would have been a big thing, I feel like, yeah, I'm not gonna quit though. I've been through so much hard crap. That sounds dumb how I put that, but I've been through unimaginable trauma, to put it lightly. And I'm not gonna let these store people, I'm not gonna let them be me. Not a store person, no. Not like this. No, I'm not giving up. All I have to do pretty much in there is go and hang up clothes and move stuff like 1 inch. Like, I can't even believe that's even a job, really. Like, you're just going and moving stuff like that so it looks good for the whole night. I mean, at home pretty much. But I did get moved to women's section, and that was a little bit harder because there's more female customers, so they're constantly taking things off of the rack and then they'll throw it on the ground or they'll just leave it on the rack. And also we have like a section that's like runway, so it's like really, really, really expensive clothes. Like, I'm terrified of dropping them. I'm terrified of accidentally putting them in like a wrong section or something. But yeah, it was a little overwhelming in the women's section because there's just so much more activity there. So you gotta be running to the fitting room and getting all those clothes and putting them back, and then also picking stuff up and getting stuff from the back. So, nobody's pressuring me really to like go faster or anything. Like, they've been pretty lenient on me. So, yeah, and other than those incidents that I mentioned, everybody's been pretty nice to me, and I've said a little bit of my story to one lady, and she was a little bit more patient with me after that, when I told her, that I am disabled. But you know what, I'm not going to tell people that anymore, because nobody is going to feel bad for you or go easy on you because you're disabled. So don't tell anyone your business, because they're just going to laugh at you or they're just going to tell it to other people. So I need to learn to stop being so friendly to people. That's one thing I realize I do is I see people and I'll smile at them or wave, and they don't deserve my smile or my wave. So I just gotta work on being more closed off to people that don't deserve my niceness. But yeah, my hair looks kind of greasy because I put coconut oil in it, but I'm gonna wash it out. But I miss you guys, and I'm gonna post more videos. I just haven't had the time and I've been really tired. But I'm here and I'm not giving up.